Marciano.
Oh. Boy, she's been playing big
Oh, yes.
for Balipure today, Janine Marciano.
Chance here for Cherry. Nabor to Dindin.
That's all that Dindin needs to have that ball in play. Chance para dito kay Nabor na gatasan habang nasa front line itong si Dindin Santiago. Ortiz on the running. Tolentino again! Ties the ball game! She said the last conference she wanted to become mentally tough down the stretch.
Back is from the back. Has had a resurgence dito sa career niya. What a finish.
Spalios is picked up by Atienza. Valdez against two blockers.
Catches the back line. Earlier it was a push. Now, that's the Eliza Valdez specialty.
Makatili. Ito na nada. Back set. Piana D. Pure power from him, Piana D. And we could hear yung palo as it reached the ground.
You've heard her name over and over in today's coverage.
Galanza. Soltones high up and in.
Soltones, talagang sa orange portion pa far court.
Dora got to it, and this one is in play. Nice reverse. I can sense it. The footwork of Mika Reyes was impeccable on that last play. You know, when Mika is at the front line, she is hard to stop.
The preliminaries were grueling, but the teams worked hard for it and earned where they are today. The quarterfinal signals the start to the climb of the championships, and some teams already have 1 foot onto the next step. Cignal HD shocked the entire league with their twice-to-beat advantage, given that they were the last place last conference. Now they earned their top spot in Pool A. Staring them down are Balipure, who had a struggle in Pool B, but there's no way we can count them out, given their potential. And Creamline also sprinted to the top, and they're still the same dynastic team we've come to know, only adding a few bit more flavors. And surprisingly, Creamline is getting an early rematch of last conference finals, with Cherry Tigo making it to the quarterfinals in the last minute. Welcome to the PVL, and this is a ride to the quarters, the heart of volleyball.
As we welcome you and everybody else to the home of Philippine volleyball. It is so nice to be back home. And as we welcome you anew to our home, Noringo, and it's good to see you again. This is a great pair of games.
Yeah, I missed you, Sev. I'm so excited to be working with you once again.
And this is our pair of games today.
Yeah, you can see Cignal HD Spikers against Balipure Water Defenders at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. We have Cherry Tigo crossovers versus Creamline Pool Smasher.
And these are two teams in our first game, which is our assignment here today. Two teams going in two different directions. Cignal playing extremely well, while Balipure's trying very hard, but they have to win here today to stay alive in the hunt.
Yeah, we are actually in the quarterfinals already. We just finished an elimination round, and yeah, Cignal emerged as the top in Pool A, and then Pool B, Balipure at number 4. That's why they're meeting today. And let's explain the brackets after the pools. Pool A and Pool B, we have brackets right now, the upper bracket, lower bracket. The upper bracket, we can see Cignal, who topped Pool A, against Balipure, who's number 4 in Pool B, Petrogas number 2 in Pool B, with F2 Logistics number 3 in Pool A. And it actually just follows in the lower bracket. This is a road to the semifinals. And the top 2 teams of each pool actually has a twice to beat advantage. And then semifinals, the winners, best of 3, the winners, another best of 3. So for the fans, at least you know where your teams may be at.
In other words, you still have a chance even if you didn't win a game in pool competition. But if you talk about Balipure, before we went on the air, Noreen, we love their spirit. We love their sense of participation in competition. And you can only get better, especially when you have a trio like Janine Marciano, Jen Casugod, and Alina Bicar on your team.
Right, but we have to mention all teams actually had pre-season rebuilding. Even Balipure, and you mentioned 3 names who's actually been playing well for them. Janine Marciano actually has emerged as a premier player for Balipure. Jen Casugod, a really top middle blocker. But what about Alina Bicar? She's playing like a veteran right now at a very young age of 20-something. Let's not mention it. But really, she has been leading this team. And in today's game, for me, they don't have any pressure. They just want to play, enjoy, and maybe win a set. Maybe actually win a game. You never know. But of course, you have to rely on people like Bern Flora, Joe Maraginot, and Pati Randen, and even Buitre, if they want to pull that off.
And they have to do it twice
Yeah.
against a Cignal team that is playing extremely well. Look at the numbers that they have posted thus far.
Yeah, huge numbers. We mentioned it. Janine Marciano emerging as a premier player. 37 points, 30 attacks, 5 blocks, and 2 aces. Jen Casugod, 17 points, and 12 attacks and 5 blocks. And I mentioned Alina Bicar, 50 excellent sets, really playing well this conference.
Absolutely. And earlier today, as we check on the warm-up of Balipure, it's nice to know that we were able to catch up with Jen Casugod and Alexis Tinsay. What up with Jen?
Yung coaches naman, lagi nire-remind sa amin na no pressure during game kasi parang sa amin kasi gusto lang nilang maglaro kami kung ano yung pinapakita namin sa game, basta dagdagan pa namin. So parang sa amin, wala kaming pressure talaga ngayon. Parang gusto niya laro lang, kung ano yung nilalaro namin, laruin lang namin. So yun po. Kasi kahapon, we have last mga trainings namin. Mas focus kami ngayon sa sa depensa. Kasi di ba ang lalaki nga ng Cignal and number 1 team sila ngayon sa PVL. So mas focus namin is depensa. Kasi kung hindi man namin sila makuha sa blockings or di namin sila makuha sa kung ano man, basta focus kami sa depensa. Kasi doon lang namin sila para tatapatan. Para magkaroon kami ng play or what. Basta yung depensa, yun yung pinafocus talaga ng mga coaches namin kahapon. And sa remaining training namin.
Maganda yung sinabi ni Jen Casugod na they will have to come up with a defensive game against a Cignal team that is just playing so well in the tournament thus far, Noreen.
Obviously, back to basics. They have to pass well, they have to cover if they want to actually give Cignal a challenge today.
Absolutely. Coach Romel of Balipure, in the last game when they played against PLDT, said, sayang, hindi sila nakakapit. Because they will need that today against a team that has Rachel Andakis, Sis Molina, Ria Meneses, who have been on fire for Cignal.
Yeah, well, for sure. It's actually a joy for the Cignal fans if you mention Ces Molina, Ria Meneses, Rachel Andakis, and so many other good players in the squad. But, again, we always talk about the off-season rebuilding and changes. Arguably, for me, Cignal had the most effective thus far, in the elimination round with Ria Meneses joining the fold, Ces Molina joining the fold, Jel Cayuna joining the fold. But we have to mention Rachel Andakis. Said there are a lot of time travel movies right now. It's like Rachel, it's a Rachel project that she's taking us through her own version of time travel with discipline and determination after, not faring too well the last conference. She worked so hard and look where they are now.
You and I, we have covered Rachel Andakis for a long time.
Yeah.
From college days all the way to commercial league days and now in the professional ranks. She said in an interview that she's not the best player in the tournament. She knows that.
Yeah.
But she's probably the one with very good qualities of a leader, and that she's showing that with the Cignal team.
For sure. I mean, they won't be where they are with just, different players joining the fold. They always have to have a foundation, a leader. And Rachel Andakis obviously is that person, you know, through thick and thin, she stuck to her team, and look where they are now.
And these two have been teammates at one time or another, but the way life goes, you go separate ways, you come back. Huwag ka makikipag-away dahil maliit lang ang mundo, but they're on opposite sides in today's first game.
That's right, and they will be the go-to people, obviously, of their teams. Marciano, we talked about her in the pregame, and Dakis, obviously, we talked about her also. It's a good matchup to follow in today's game. Both will obviously will have to play huge for their respective squads.
Okay, let's break it down from the point of view of Balipure. Top of their agenda against Cignal today, what do they have to take care of?
Of course, you know, we have to mention that they should play without pressure, hopefully win a set. For me, baby steps. Keep it close, use defense, coverage. That's very important. And hopefully win a set and maybe get the momentum to actually pull off an upset.
And stay close to Cignal on almost every play, because pag pumiglas itong Cignal, they have a tendency to just roll over the opponents. They roll over some top quality competition in the preliminaries, actually.
Yeah, and they've been playing well. They've been so successful. But you know, for Cignal, they want to finish this. You know, they want to take advantage of the twice-to-beat advantage and try to prepare for the semifinals.
And we are just moments away from the start of our first game in our twin bill schedule here. As the fans, you will see in a short while that the fans have returned. They've lined up as early as 1 o'clock and even earlier than that to be able to get in to today. And we can expect them to add even more going into our second game later on.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. The fans right now are excited to be here. I mean, it's the first day where we actually have fans in the arena. Even we are excited. The players are excited. The fans are excited. So hopefully, this is going to be the new norm right now for volleyball.
And what no better place than to have it here, where it all started so many years ago with our friends from Sports Vision Pioneering, of course. And we have, I hope it's Makipuela, because I don't want to see Noel out of there.
I can't see.
I don't want to. Let's guess. I hope it's Mac. Go.
Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Lumer Pajarillo. Second referee, Mr. Spink Cabusa. Let us welcome our starting lineup from our Cignal HD Spikers. Let's begin with their team captain, number 3, Rachel Ann Dakis. At number 7, Frances Cinia Molina. Wearing jersey number 8, Angelique Pauline Araneta. At number 11, Rosalind Doria. Wearing jersey number 18, Marivic Velaine Meneses. And at number 22, Maria Angelica Cayuna. Libero, number 13, Angelique Dionella. Head coach, Mr. Cecil Shaq de los Santos. Calling on our starting lineup from our Balipure Water Defenders. Team captain wears jersey number 11, Alina Joyce Bicar. At number 4, Genevieve Casugod. Wearing jersey number 8, Janine Marciano. At number 13, Joanna Louise Maraginot. At number 14, Patty Jane Orendain. And at number 16, Noriel Ipa. Libero is number 7, Alyssa Eroa. Head coach, Mr. Romel Abelia. This is match number 17, the start of the quarter-final round.
And the starting lineups have been introduced. Some familiar faces for Cignal, Nori.
That's pretty much the same, no? You have Dakis, Molina, Araneta, Doria, Meneses, Cayuna, and Jack Janela as the libero.
Doria had a coming out game 2 games ago. And she was scintillating on that day. I was not surprised she was chosen the best player of that match. I was doing it for Smart Media coverage that day. But this one, important for Balipure. Stay close to Cignal. Don't be intimidated. But, you know, when it's hard to beat a team that's just grooving so well. Grooving talaga.
Yeah, and the journey of Cignal, I mean, people thought they would... people were saying they will surely be part of the 4 teams to get to the quarterfinals. But a lot of people were surprised that they ended up #1, defeating the likes of Cherry, F2, and Chocomucho.
Yes. In the meanwhile, Cignal gets the first point.
Yeah, there was Jel Cayuna starting out strong. Jel Cayuna, we should mention also, playing a great season, you know, a great tournament for Cignal. You know, she's emerging also as a very good setter here in this, actually in our country.
Yep, and she's been spreading the wealth so well, choosing from Molina, Meneses, and Dakis as the second point is registered by Cignal.
Well, if you have your teammates, the names that you just mentioned, it is actually a luxury. You know, you can give it to anyone to whom it may concern.
May ano pa yan? May Angelia Raneta pa. Alam mo, si Angelia, no? Madalas nakakalimutan ng mga teams na nandiyan siya. She's not flamboyant, di ba? She's just there. Kahit naman sa UP, no?
Yeah.
I'll just hit you where you least expect it.
But you're right, you know, I like it. I like that you mentioned Angelia Araneta because she has been a vital cog, you know, for the Cignal team to end up #1.
Yes, Bicar, Paraginot makes it a set, and Orendain gets it to bite.
Now we mentioned Bati Orendain has to also contribute to Balipure, and we also mentioned Joe Maraginot and Ipak now to serve. These are the names that they have to, you know, play well also together or alongside Marciano.
You gotta believe here today. You have to beat Cignal twice to move forward here in the tournament. In the meanwhile, Marciano makes it a push. Cayuna picks it up. Dakis with the set. Rejected!
Stuff block there. Orendain and Kasugo teaming up for that. They read that well. Good anticipation.
3 straight points by Balipure.
Well, they're actually listening. They listen to us. They're keeping it close so far here in the first set.
And the fans seem to be helping them along as well. That is down and out. Bicar just about 6 inches away from the pancake.
Yeah, just a smart tip by Ria Meneses, who showed her versatility in terms of offense. We always talk about her as one of the best middle blockers in the league, in the country. But she has actually shown in this tournament her offensive prowess.
Why did they call it a pancake? It's such a breakfast term, really. Marciano fires away, easily muzzled by the back row. Here's a stab by Araneta.
Oh, good save! Yeah.
Yes. Good set. Good and alive. Marciano. Crowd enjoying the action. You can hear them roar. In the meanwhile, the set. Back row strike, Maraginot. This is the longest rally so far. Reverse set, the thing. This could take a while, Noreen.
Yeah, still alive.
It's done and out.
Well, we have to give it to both squads. Terrific defense, and especially, you know, Balipure, they did win that point, but what pancake saves.
And that's what you want. The spirit of at least going for it, not giving up. Di ba, madalas ang coaches, huwag kayong manood. Huwag niyong panoorin. Huwag niyong antayin malaglag. And that kills you and all our analysts when it just drops. Jen Kasugo knocks it down.
Well, we talked about her in our pregame. She is one of the vital parts or components here in Balipure, and she really needs to play well, and that's a good sign for the squad.
Kailangan bigyan ng bigyan eh.
Yes.
Habang nasa front line eh, di ba? Busugin mo.
But then we talked about good passing. There should be good passing.
In the meantime, Cignal grappling with that. Jonella sending it over. Bicar makes it a nice set. Orendain rejected.
It looked like the set was too low. So she didn't have the proper wind up for that hit. You can see this slow-mo. Yeah, it was too low. Aside from the fact that Meneses was there.
Yung wind-up niya bitin eh. No? Hindi full swing eh. 5-4 ang ating bilang. Cignal po ang lamang sa mga sandaling ito dito sa ating first set. And they waste that server tied at 5.
Well, if you're Cignal, you don't want to be too complacent here with your services, you know, service errors. I think that's the second already here in the set. And if you're Balipure, you want to take advantage of these lapses of Cignal.
This could be a good time for you to catch Cignal, actually.
True.
Of course, Cignal doesn't want that. Oh, great dive that time. In play. Excellent coverage. It's long. It's long.
That's nerve setting in. A little over-eager there by Doria.
Agigil sa regalo. You know, in the Olympics, I ended up saying it was supposed to be an all-English coverage, and I just said, Turkey! Regalo! And my producer, who's a British guy, what is regalo? Well done.
Doria making up for that previous error. Now make sure she gets the point for Cignal. Actually, a good effort by Eroa there. Just too strong.
Actually, ganda ng position niya, eh, no? She seems to be on the ball so far here in the first set. We're knotted at 6. Orendayan sends it airborne. Dump! Cleanly done by Picard.
Yeah, just fooling the defense of Cignal, finding that hole. Look at this. No look. No look pass.
Your eyes are not deceiving you. It's me, Seb Sarmenta, with Noreen Go. This is not a time warp, and you are not being deceived by the fact that the fans are back here at the Flying V. This shot, yes!
That's Molina from the back. Boy, really, when we talk about the options of Jel Cayuna,
Yeah.
I mean, she has a menu to choose from.
She has a buffet. May nanggugulo rito.
Yeah.
Ang pangalan, Ho.
Hindi go. Ako yung go.
Ikaw yung Go. Yung dumating, Ho.
Ho.
Pagbihisin nyo nga yan, palaruin nyo nga. Gretchen Ho in the Coliseum today. In the meantime, the set. Yes! Almost, but not quite for Janine Marciano. We're going to slide into the first technical timeout. Am I correct? We should be. And watch this as this slides nicely. The defense unable to get to it. We'll be right back. Okay, the PVL 2022 Open Conference is also available on Smart Gigaplay, and there are days Doreen and I might be there. And let's send it over to Ayu, or to Alexis. Ayu?
As a member of the top team in Pool A, says Molina with over 55 points in the preliminaries, said that today is a big game for them as they in full effort would love to reach the semi-finals 2 days before the match instead of doing drills. Actually, si Coach Jack, pinabayaan sila mag-volleyball for hours instead of doing drills, and also they let them rest on Sunday given that one of the keys and advantages of Cignal is their meditative state dahil kilala nga natin sila na nagme-meditate at nagbabubble sa bundok. Let me ask the panel on how they think Cignal will deliver today.
It's very much, Alexis. I like the energy of both teams because the crowd is helping them along here today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're feeling it. What more these players?
We have the count at 9-8. You know, if you're Balipure, you gotta look at Cignal straight in the eye. We're gonna compete here today.
Yeah. And so far, so good. Just the game is just 1 point. It's just 1 point separating both teams.
Joe Maraguinot, it goes into the air. It's so hard to snap it away from Janela. She's like a wall. The set. Reverse! Yes! Listen to this crowd!
A combination play there for Balipure. Marciano getting the better of that. And now we are tied at 9 apiece.
Di pa nga masyadong puno pa yan. Pag yan napuno, unti-unting aalog na naman itong flying day, which during the pandemic served a different purpose. Ano naman siya? Vaccination center siya. Uh-oh, there's confusion in the middle. Marciano unable to capitalize. Orenda in stretches for it. Bicar sends it airborne. Maraguinot goes diagonal. Here comes the set by Cayuna. Oh, well done.
You know, that has been so familiar. The Cayuna-Doria connection. This be quick. Look at this. Perfect set. Blockers were late. Doria had all day.
Grabe, no? You're so correct. If I'm looking, if I am Cayuna, I'm saying I have weapons to the left, weapons to the right, and weapons in the back, and all around.
She has actually a 3-page menu.
Yes.
From appetizer to dessert to drinks.
What's the longest? The one in the hotel in somewhere in the Ross Boulevard near the bay. Yeah, the man on which I can never complete that. Haven't been there in a while. 11-9 is the count here.
Oh, good serve.
Well done. Madiin din papalo si Janine Marciano. No? May diin talaga yung palo niya.
Ever since, we talked about covering these girls' careers, and ever since Marciano had that in her arsenal.
We're at 11-10. Joe Maraguinot. Dump by Cayuna, anticipated. Bicar set. It's off the fingertips of Cignal.
Boy, Balipure actually, I think, woke up on the right side of the bed.
And I think the break, which was decided last week, diba? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we could have played already on Sunday yata.
Yeah.
And they stretched the break because we wanted to play in this venue. So that has been good so far for Balipure.
Yeah, and for the Joe Maraguinot fans, you know, we hear the cheers here, you know, for her, and you're hoping that would boost her, you know, inspire her to put up some monster numbers today.
Yes. Now, if you're Cignal, let's take it from their point of view. You don't want to lose here today after the momentum that you developed, actually beating all those teams.
Yeah, exactly that. You know, for sure they want to end this today.
Right here, right now. No more twice to beat. Just use that to the max. Janela makes it a set. This is easily handled. Bicar, airborne. Orenda in, long.
Oh. But you know, Patty Orenda is actually known to be getting her points using the blockers, hitting it off the blockers, and that play, she tried to elude it. So maybe go back to your strength right now.
It's a corporate key competency.
Correct.
Para merong ROI at KPI.
KPI.
Good set. Nahuli ni Patty.
Actually, that was the set was far for Araneta. She tried to stretch, but even how tall she is, not enough.
Naabutan ni Patty, daliri lang ang ginamit eh. So with all the awkwardness of that particular sequence, 13-12 is the count here.
Yeah, good serve.
Linis. You could tell, it's going in our direction. That was a perfect set and a perfect strike. Yung wheelhouse ni Molina, when she's full swing, she's such a joy to watch. Watch this.
And I like it on cue when you said malinis. Malinis, meaning it didn't touch the blockers.
Nothing. And that's long.
Wait, I think that's a third service error, if I'm not mistaken, for Cignal. You don't want to see that if you're Coach Shaq.
we've got a change coming in. Baroga is going to come in. We have La Victoria also making an entrance.
Yeah, towards the middle part of this first set, Coach Abelia wants a full front row.
When you say that, is it just an issue of height or skill, really?
Oh, you want stops right now, like good blocking. You can, you have more options in terms of offense. So you actually want to take advantage of having a full front row.
Roa almost overextending herself, but got it in flight. Oh, whipped neatly.
Yeah, they call a check on Balipure. I think that was Jen Kasugod. And Araneta gets that point.
Alam mo, this first set will be decided by the smallest of margins. No team has led by more than 2 here.
Yeah, that's why we got to give it also to Balipure playing well. A lot of people are saying, oh, this is going to be done in 3 sets.
It's just 16-13, but if you're Cignal, you'd say, we need this lead. This Balipure team is a tough customer today. Sulit saya ang inyong panonood kasama ang Sulit TV, Entertainment, Sports, News, and Information. At dito lahat mapapanood ang TV5, One Sports, One PH at lahat ng free-to-air channel. Siksik na, digital at malinaw pa sa halagang 780 pesos lang. Tumawag lang sa 02-8888-5555 o maaari rin pumunta sa piling authorized stores nationwide. Mabibili rin sa Shopee at Lazada. Bisitahin ang Sulit TV Facebook page para sa iba pang mga detalye. Kaya ano pang hinihintay nyo? Bili na ng Sulit TV, powered by TV5. I'm getting to memorize that plug. Dadating ang araw, yung plug na yan, hindi ko na babasahin yan.
Water.
No, I'm okay. Ibig sabihin, by heart, mga 3 beses pa. Ngayon, binabasa ko pa eh.
Wow. Memory. You're talking about, you have good memory.
I will try. But look at this, 17-14 is the count. Balipure not blinking so far, but we're moving towards the home stretch of the first set, though.
That's right. And really, you gotta love Balipure's, how aggressive they are today. They're trying to get the balls.
Oh, ganda ng kombinasyon. Ganda ng kombinasyon.
And you love to see Rachel Andakis at the hitting end of a combination play. Again, welcome to the Rachel Project.
That's a great way of putting it.
No, I mean a lot of the Cignal and Rachel Andakis fans really, felt pretty down after their last performance, but now they're there, they're up there.
And it is now 19-14. And I've always believed that if you're not a setter, the referee does not usually like you making that toss.
1 meter, ha? Okay? Oh, layo pa tayo, ha? Walang mag-relax, ha? Tapos, diba? So, pag nakapasa tayo, Jamie, kung saan ka na pinaka-comfortable, yung gitna nila, lagi sumasabay sa gitna natin. Okay? So, pwede tayo mag-combination, pwede tayo ng pings, pwede tayo mag-size. Pero wag yung puro A. Pwede siya magtumba. Okay? Let's go.
Ito, matagal ko nang tinatanong sa'yo. Ano yung tumba? Hindi mo alam? Tatanong natin, ha? Hindi, kasi nadidinig ko sa mga coaches. I'm sure may alam mo yan.
I'm assuming, because during my time, we didn't use that term. Okay, so I don't want to, to make marunong and say it, but I'm assuming it's a play.
Okay,
I'm meaning,
okay.
That's like an option B or something.
That's good enough.
Invento pa rin.
No, that ain't so bad. I think it's very close to that. I don't know the answer. That's why I'm asking. 2014, may homework time.
Pero alam mo, good point ka. I mean, you have to learn new things every day, and people are gonna say, what new thing? It's so old.
Kasi noon, and ako hindi ko pa rin master yung quick A, B, C.
Yeah,
Hindi ko pa rin master yun. 2014, now,
Join ka sa training.
actually. Problematic.
Yeah.
Double to. Is there that?
Actually, pretty delayed call because we saw it and are they gonna call it or not? Finally, they call it.
Ito si Lumar Pajaril is a man with a good sense of humor. Natawa rin din siya sa sequence nila. Ano ba itatawag ko rito? Double? But ito, may problema ang Balipure. Biglang pumiglas itong Cignal. Kang tanong, sir.
Totally. I mean, the Cignal just stepping on the gas right now. If you're Balipure, you want one good stop.
And Doc is doing Doc's things.
Which is wonderful things. Which good point for Cignal.
Kasi kinukuha na nito, kaya ito. Yung service naman nila, hindi naman ganun kalakas eh. Kaya naman ipasa ng maayos eh.
Okay, kalma ulit. Let's go.
If you're Balipure, you don't want your energy to just ebb.
Right.
Compared to the way you started, diba? Just because the score now finds itself at 22-14, 6-0 run by Cignal so far since we were at 17-14.
Yeah, exactly that. Because, you know, it's a shame because they started out really strong. The match was close. And as we say that, service ace for Cignal. But Balipure obviously needs to learn how to maintain a level of play. Like the start of the set. You can see that they just looked at each other. They need to communicate. They need to lean on each other if they want to win a set, at least here today.
And they need their leaders to say,
Yeah,
wake up,
right.
gising. Rap Aguilar sees action for the first time. They're hoping they can get her to serve here before this set is over.
Yeah, she has been, you know, often sparked for the coming off the bench for Balipure.
Dakis Aguilar controls it. Aguilar, naging free ball. Cayunan makes up the setup job. Picked up nicely. Not the cleanest of strikes, but they'll manage that.
Oh, still alive.
Buhay ito, second longest rally. Good coverage by Marciano. Kasugod couldn't get a clean hand on it. The attack.
Oh.
Because relax lang. Janela loves doing that. Bang!
You know, the way Jel Cayuna varies her sets, really, you gotta commend her. It keeps Balipure guessing on how to defend the Cignal squad.
To mention, correct me, si Carlota Hernandez ngayon yung ano, no?
Yeah.
Yung libero ng Balipure. We are at set point, and it's out. We got to do it for this first set.
Yeah, well, it was a close set, but Cignal just obviously wanted to end this earlier.
Nawala yung momentum ng Balipure. Have the second set ready for all of you shortly. that's the score at the end of the first set. A valiant start by Balipure, but they could not sustain it. And before you know it, Cignal was stepping on the gas, especially in the latter part of the opening set.
Yeah, for me, that first set, we kept saying it, you know, Balipure started out strong. They were playing as a team. They were trying to retrieve all those balls, but Cignal just probably woke up and said, enough is enough. Let's get all our, let Gel Cayuna do her thing and, you know, let everyone contribute. Which is, for me, Balipure, they just have to regroup and focus and talk amongst each other. What is our goal today? Our goal is to keep this close. We did it at the start of the first set, but we should continue to do that if we want to make a match out of today. But Cignal looking good so far here in the first set.
When they got their act together, when Cayuna started distributing to the buffet, as you called it, they were unstoppable. They had a great run. Napako sa 14 yung Balipure ng first set. Some numbers from all, you know, 14, hindi na gumalaw.
Napako sa 14. But you can see why in terms of attacks, 16 as compared to 7, blocking just by 2. Aces by 2, opponents' errors. When you look at the errors, they're pretty decent. Now, opponent errors of Cignal, which is Balipure, only with 4. So the problem with Balipure is not the errors, obviously. It's being able to convert into points. So the 7 attacks can't be just 7. You know, you have to work on it to get at least double digits here in the second set, meaning communication is key. They have to go more to Kasugod, you mentioned that, and more to Marciano.
We welcome you to the second set, and as you have observed in our presentation of the Premier Volleyball League games, since we were at Paco Arena and moving now to the people with us here at the Flying V, we do not change sides anymore, part of the health protocols. I miss the parade.
Yeah, that's true, but so far we've gotten used to this.
Yeah. Coaches who like each other will say hi, but coaches who may not like each other exactly just ignore each other. You've seen that. And we take...
You're mean.
In the meantime, that was the first point registered. And clearly, Balipure has to minimize those moments wherein they're grappling for position and possession.
Yeah. I mean, they have to know the responsibility, who's going to get the second ball. Now, speaking of responsibilities, we know Marciano is going to get more points. You can see that is actually her 3rd point as she leads Balipure together with Orendain with 3 points. Apiece, Kasugod, and Picar with 1 point. I mean, where's Joe Maraginot in the fold, you know?
Yeah.
Where's Ipak in the fold? That's why we're saying it has to be a team effort. But let's talk about team effort. Cignal, look how balanced. Molina with 4, Dore with 6, Araneta with 4, Dakis with 4, and Meneses with 2. So, really balanced scoring.
There's something for everybody on the side of Cignal.
There's a buffet spread, we keep saying. Oh, good serve, good serve.
Good play by Maraginot, keeping it in play.
Good save.
And Balipure, they're hoping to celebrate a little more here today. They take a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, we gotta commend Ipak. Look at this. She saved it. And Marciano just goes for the line.
Parang gusto nila sabihin, dagdagan pa natin itong kaligayahan natin. Pero ito, Ipak wastes the serve. Now, let's just point out that hindi naman gusto ni Ipak hindi pumasok yun. But she was being strategic. She was aiming for a target at the back, actually. Di ba, madaling sabihin ng mga fans, oh, hindi man lang ipasok yung serve. Sometimes it happens because you're trying to hit the target. Eh.
Yeah. And too much power at that.
Kaya natusukan na naman sila.
You don't do that if you have a Dakis, Araneta, and Meneses in your front row. Talk about Cignal. And look at how she timed that tip. You know, she made sure that she won't be called for overreaching.
Kasugod, oh, missed the target.
Wasted opportunity there for me. That was a perfect pass by Joe Maraginot. Perfect pass. It's just that they weren't able to convert.
Kung minsan ba yan, Norin, sa kamay ba nagkakadiferensya sa pagpalo mo?
Yeah.
O yung pagkabig mo, yung mga ganun, yung mga little nuances, kamay ba yan?
Yeah. For me, it's really a mishit. You control it. You control your hand. Your hand is the one who controls the ball. So if that goes wide or goes astray, it's mishit.
In the meantime, Marciano using the block to gain a point there. And that's what Janine does very well. She will hammer it against the block. Sige, bahala kayo kung kaya niyong pigilin yan. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but I was going to say, yeah, you said Janine Marciano. The thing is, it's the continuity of Balipure. When she's in the back, who's going to, be responsible for the points?
So where will we score? And oh, Regalum! Puto! Yes!
Oh! Everyone really, working hard for Cignal. Even Alaneta. Look at this dig first by Hernandez.
If you're on the winning side of that point, you're celebrating. If you're on the other side, you're disappointed.
Yeah.
Kainis.
Sayang.
Oh, good dig by Rachel Dakis. Back row strike. Nainis si Janine na she fell down trying to pick it up. Nawalan siya ng elevation eh.
Yeah, you're right. Because momentum, her body was moving backward already. So, with the help of the net, the ball, the flight of the ball was changed. So,
ano nga sa drill pag sinasabi, huwag kang palaging paatras, mas mahirap yung paatras.
Yeah, it's always easier to move forward. And it's always easier if you're grounded to retrieve the balls.
Ito ang nagiging Achilles heel nitong Balipure. Didikit, lalamang, tapos may iiwanan.
Yeah, which is one thing they have to correct. If they want to actually keep the second set close.
Tama ka, no? Pag nag-swing sa back row si Marciano, wala silang porsyento.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, here's Janine gets to it. Here's a setup job. Kasugod fires, and she grabs a point.
Well, with the help of the net, but she will take it. Look at this. Actually, it was a great set. Kind of a miss hit when you look at the flick of that wrist, but again, she'll take it.
Rap Aguilar, and coaches normally don't react to missed serves, but Romel Labella, he rolled his eyes. Timeout. Technical timeout. Fully alive, champions for life. Exciting na ang mga laban sa pagbabalik ng UAAP. Panoorin ang UAAP Season 84 Men's Basketball tuwing Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday live sa One Sports at sa UAAP Varsity Channel, available on Cignal TV 263 HD and on Cignal Play. Welcome wherever you're catching us. Have Sarmenta and Noringo and Alexis Gonzaga, and that is outside.
Yep, Joe Maraginot hitting off the blockers. You know what we like, Sam, about having spectators?
What?
They cheer about everything. Somebody comes in that they like, they cheer.
Yeah. Dumating lang si Vice Ganda, sigawan.
Yep.
Oh, nicely done. Pero si Doria,
Yeah.
you can have a tendency to forget it if you're watching the others, And then she strikes. Aray.
Like the last game.
Let's send it over to Alexis. We'll talk about Janine Marchano.
The Balipure Water Defenders are ecstatic to see fans back inside the court. And para kay Janine Marchano na pumuntos ng 13 last game, malaki daw ang impact ng fans dahil nakaka-motivate daw ito upang galingan dahil yung mga taong naniniwala sa kanila. Kumbaga kahit may lapses, na-up ang kanilang moral. Yung Heart of Volleyball, ika nga ng PVL ang sumisimbolo daw, sabi ni Janine, sa grit at will ng player na ipanalo ang laro ng buong puso. Just like what Coach John said, even if lamang yung kabilang team, kailangan lang nilang ituloy hanggang sa dulo. Let's go back to set 2.
Thank you very much, and that's exactly what they need here. Tons of heart. Huli. Nakalusot ni Joe.
Yeah, obviously, that's a great set by Jel Cayu. Now just one blocker, and Doria just gets it through.
Si Doria, no? Striking when the sun is shining. When I'm in front, I will score as many as I can.
But you're right. You have a great point there when you said, like, easy to actually overlook her. But the last game when she was, I think, was she the player of the game or the best player? Yeah. I mean, she was really on fire in all cylinders.
That was against Chocomucho yata.
Yeah, I think.
In the meanwhile, set up, jump, good strike. And Jet Janela, who takes pride in her work. Normally, pag hindi nakuha ni Jet, hakampasin niya yung floor.
But you like this point from Balipure, that's EPAC. We've seen EPAC. She can have these skills in the middle. So again, these are the options that Balipure can use.
Bigar with a hand in it, but just so sharp, precise, and accurate.
And she makes it look so easy. Really.
Also, Brano.
Right?
If not for her shoulder injury, every player has to contend with something. She's had problems with her shoulder. Dakis has had problems with her shoulder as well.
Well, not in that spike.
Yan ba ang common injury ng volleyball player? Shoulder.
Good question. Good question. One of them, a lot. Actually, based on what I hear, no, a lot knees, ankles given already. All sports, okay. So let's not talk about the ankles. Yeah, shoulder because of the rotator. You know, especially now with training, a lot of teams practice 2 times a day, so it really takes its toll on your shoulder.
And look at this, Cignal may have plans to go somewhere later today. They have now extended their lead to 7.
Paano tayo mananalo nun? Ha? Sino pabayaan natin? Didikit tayo sa simula, tapos papabayaan natin. Sino napapagod? Tapos maghahabol tayo. Sino napapagod? Diba? Sinasayang niyo yung pagod nyo. Diba? Nasasayang yung pagod natin eh. Tabahuin ngayon palang tabahuin na natin. One pass tayo. 1 point na tayo.
Coach Abella talking about energy management as TV personality Vice Ganda, who has always watched many volleyball games. And Gretchen Hall, our fellow sportscaster, more of a newscaster nowadays and a former volleyball player as well.
Obviously, doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're a volleyball fan, you're here in the arena.
You're at the heart of volleyball.
Wow. Wow. Exclamation point by Molina. And look at the reaction.
Wala lang. Wala lang.
Exactly.
Deadma.
For other people, wow, you know, it's really good for her. Okay, another day in the office.
Wala lang. Time in lang. But she's such a joy to watch as Marchano gets foiled. It's sent airborne by EPAC. Kulang ng diin. That's rejected. Meneses pushes it up, but Bigar. That's a top ball. Marchano spun around.
Look at her reaction there. She was actually going to go for the ball, and Marchano was saying, "It's out!"
Oo nga. Kaya nga, sabi ni Janine, out yan. Buti na lang, nahulog na sa sahig. Kundi sisihan.
It's good for Bigar that she pulled back last minute.
Yes, net touch. Yep, net touch. We have arrived at the second technical timeout, 16-8. The dominant Cignal continues to lead in this game. The PVL 2022 Open Conference is available on One Sports and in high definition on One Sports Plus, Cignal TV channel 261. 16-8 is the registered score here at the Flying V Arena, which is now repopulated with the heart of Philippine volleyball, not just our players, but our fans as well, as we have our boss chief, SDO, Shena Olaso, and the franchise of Presidente Mon Fernandez. I'm running out of accolades for Mon Fernandez.
I haven't heard that in a while. It's good to see them here.
And back in from Cebu together with Ma'am Carla.
Well, as you were saying that, we have Meneses with that slide, that running hit.
Boy, if you're Balipure, you need another rally, but
yeah,
you need, nabablanka sila and they're missing their targets.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that maybe some substitutions are in order, get some of the players playing time, and yeah, then I see Coach Abelia pull out, bring in Bern Flora.
Ito yung balasa ng punto.
Yeah. You know, you just want new life in your lineup.
New energy and Meneses. Don't you think that Riri is playing with so much more confidence because she doesn't carry much of the load because she has other weapons. She can concentrate on blocking and the other things she has to do here.
I totally agree with you. Yeah. I mean, it makes a difference, obviously, if you just focus on your game, instead of worrying about the entire team.
Still another weapon. Malabanan has been inserted into the lineup in the meantime. Tama ba ako? I heard before that the whistle there is the authority to serve.
Yeah.
Or permission to serve.
No, permission to serve. You have to wait for the first referee's whistle. But then it's not a violation. It's just the referee will tell you, wait for my whistle.
Wait before we send it into play. Sipin mo kung may violation yun, ano?
Oh.
Dami ng points na it affects the game. Uh-oh. Problematic. Hindi, ginawa ng paraan. Set up job. We are very much in play. The setup, the other end, the dink. Walang problema.
Makes it again look so easy.
In the meantime, watch this. 20-8 is the count here after this point.
Yeah, look at this great set by Cayuna. Just that tip by Molina and the point for Cignal.
Ang ginagawa natin, gumagana na lang tayo dyan. Parang, sige, maglalaro na lang kami. Wala na eh. Have some pride.
Hey, Barney! Pure!
Talking, careful, taking the wind out of your sails. Ganda ng start ng Balipure, puro energy. Now, Cignal is playing with a couple of players that really don't get too much action. Carissa Abriam, I saw Bia General also fielded in as the libero. Malabanan I had mentioned already.
Well, these are also known players for you. But if you're Balipure, for me, right now, you're down by a huge margin. You just have to forget about it. Don't look at the score. Just try to retrieve the ball and try to mount a short rally. That's tough. That's tough.
Watch this. It hits the elbow really later on of Meneses. Ito ginawa ng paraan.
Oo.
Hindi naman pala sa elbow sa taas. Laking strength ang sorts pag nandun si Riri. Sa gitna.
Well, she ain't the best middle blocker for nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
At saka nawala kay Riri yung antics niya of her youth when she was playing for USD. Minsan naiinis yan.
Yeah, agree.
Diba? Ayoko yan. Then suddenly she's grown a little older and she's more composed in her playing.
More mature.
Diba nung araw, pag hindi niya nakuha, well. Anyway, more players being fielded by Coach Shaq.
Oh, good dig.
General got to it. This one is check ball.
As we were talking about Riri Meneses, she had 7 points today at 2 attacks, 4 blocks, and 1 service ace.
Seven to nothing run since the technical timeout. We had the second technical timeout at 16-8. That 8 points of Balipure has been frozen.
Well, Cignal doing a good job in terms of defense.
Left-handed stab in play. Malabanan sends it airborne.
Oh, good dig.
Yes, indeed. Very clear. She gets it back. Malabanan counters. Oh, the ding by Flora.
I was actually surprised that nobody went for that. I'm talking about Cignal. You can see this actually Malabanan with a good effort there, but I was surprised that nobody actually went up to challenge that. But good point for Balipure.
They go to the opposite end, and it counts.
Wow, that's Abriam off the bench.
And they are at set point.
Yeah. So that's why, you know, if you're Coach Shaq, you have the luxury of fielding your bench players, and they're delivering. So everything working for Cignal.
Hindi lang pang-practice ng per 6. Ito, get into the game. Get your court smarts. And that's the end of this second set. Masyadong dominant yung Cignal dito sa second set.
Yeah, the first 6 actually did a great job.
First set was 25-14. The second set ends at 25-9. We shall take a short break and prepare the third set for all of you. Medyo age-centric nga yung tugtog ng DJ. Naubusan na yata ng 2,000. Ano na eh? Dancing Queen eh.
Where are you enjoying the music?
Yes, I can. Set 2, however, was not enjoyable for Balipure as they got hammered there, 25-9.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar than the first set, the latter part of the first set, wherein, you know, Balipure, for me, lost focus in that set, and Cignal just, you know, rolling over in that set. Cignal playing an all-around game, everyone contributing to the cause. We have to commend the first 6. They grabbed enough lead, like 20-8, so that the bench players can come and get playing time. And even the bench players also contributing to Cignal's cause.
Oh, yes.
But let's go back to Balipure. For me, you're down 2 sets. What are you gonna do about it? You're just gonna give the set to them? Now give the match to them, like
Which
with that
is
score?
the point of Romel Abella, actually. Parang binibigay natin. And, alam mo, probably, unlike most sports, volleyball is will and determination in the mind. You gotta look at the other side. You can be bleed. Actually, they were doing a good job in the first set when they were going toe-to-toe. But here we are in the third set. They're down 2-0. And some more new players have been dispatched. Buitre is there. La Victoria, I saw brief action earlier. Let's see if this combination will get something going. Difficulty of the first pass.
Yeah, but what about Cignal? You know, that second set, only 1 error.
Ooh,
That's crazy.
and net touch. Not the best way to start, but it happens.
But you like this first 6 right now for Balipure. You never know what's gonna happen, you know. Again, these players, we followed their careers. Buitre from UP, Bernflora from Adamson, Ipak, Lasal. You know, these people coming off the bench, hoping to create an impact for Balipure.
And this is where Balipure has done well. In the early stages of each set, they stay close, then 5, at 6 and 7. Suddenly, when you're approaching the first technical timeout, Cignal starts to assert itself. We're now tied at 1.
That's true. That's true. Cignal just has the ability to be on cruise control when they want to.
And with the way they're playing here today, they're trying to eye farther than today, the semifinals. They have the twice to beat advantage here today. And that's out.
Yeah, that's a rare miss hit from Ces Molina.
Situation here is that Cignal finished at the top of Pool A, while Balipure finished as the last team in Pool B. So yun ang kombinasyon ng ating quarterfinal matches. Winner here moves on into the next round, the semifinals.
Right, and they await the winner of the Petrogras F2 Logistics,
Correct.
right? F2 Logistics, which is Petrogras was number 2 of Pool B, and F2 was number 3 of Pool A. So
Correct.
these are the crossovers that is happening here in the quarterfinals.
Later on in the evening, we will have Cherry Tigo against Creamline. And in the meantime, again, here is where Cignal begins to assert itself. They now lead 3-2 here in the third.
Well, again, it is pretty close. It is the start of the third set. Balipure's just got to learn to enjoy. You know, that's one thing.
Yeah.
We saw that in the first set. You know, they were enjoying, they were, you know, playing loose. But then, when Cignal started to score the points in streaks, man, they lost their sense of enjoyment.
Tapos hindi na sila nag-uusap, ano, which is a concern if you're a coach always, di ba? Oops, sandali. The joy was taken out of our team. In the meantime, battle at the net! Alive! Alive! Till that moment. Sabi ni Riri, huwag kang babalik.
Oh, and where did that come from? It was a slow rally and all of a sudden, bam! Meneses.
Huwag ka nang babalik. 42 Cignal lamang po. Regalo, pero hindi, malayo. Cargado, sarado. Masyadong madali, no? Masyadong, if you're Balipure, the other side is scoring too easily.
And everyone at that.
Oh, no. Halos may block ba? Meron naman. Pero not even close. Score natin, 5-2 dito sa third.
Well, you're right. No, not even close because the arms, the positioning of the blockers too far from each other. The arms are too far from each other. One thing they have to correct.
Ooh, the dink. Power tip, call it what you want. But that's all that dunk is needed to convert that. It's 6-2.
You know, I love that play because it's one thing I always want to tell the viewers. You know, that's one thing you should learn from. You see a shooting ball, a shoot dig, but Dakis was able to save it and put it in the other court and get that point. So that's some things that you can do, you know, given situations like that. So watch more volleyball and learn to do and know what to do during these situations.
In the meantime, that's a problematic joust at the net. There's a net touch. It's now suddenly 7-2.
Yeah, and that slow-mo, it's very clear, no? When you see the arm of from Balipure, parang binaba niya eh. Which is not supposed to be. It's a joust. You stay on top.
Combination picked up by Joe Maragino. Dakis really taps it gently. La Victoria picking her spots. The strike easily handled by the back row. Here's the reverse set. Maragino says, kaya yan, kaya. Aha. Bawian ng puto. Huliga. Jack Jonella keeps it in play. One more, 4 touches.
Yeah.
4 touches, yep.
See, Cignal's not reacting to that. They knew.
Yung third touch na yun eh.
Yeah. That was done already by that time.
7-3. Guitren messed it up. She knew it. And we arrive at the first technical timeout. Nothing new as far as this game is concerned. Cignal is in command. One Sports available for free on Cignal Play. One Sports Plus is available on Cignal Play Premium for 75 pesos a month. Kaya. Yan. Samantala, Alexis Tinsay has this report. I forget about what.
I asked Angeli Araneta of the Cignal HD Spikers how they managed to form an incredible setter-spiker connection given her solid communication with Jel Cayuna on the court. Angeli shared kung gaano nila minaximize sa bubble ang komunikasyon dahil bago nga sila lahat sa Cignal. Sa tingin niya, yung angat sa kanila hindi talaga yung skills or training sa other teams, pero sa maturity ng bawat player na magawa ang role ng isa't isa at makabigay sa team. You can see for the past few sets that they've been generous to each other. I want to ask the panel, do you think they'll sweep the first game today?
Well, it's beginning to look that way as Cignal continues to play with a plump and confidence. But Balipure trying to stage an uprising here.
Yeah, Bernflora just on point there. And, you know, Bernflora is known to be a great server, so hoping to at least challenge the floor defense of Cignal here.
Guitren. La Victoria, the open set, lampas. May gigil ng halo eh. You know, when you're behind, you're trying to put a little more sauce on it and sometimes it goes astray.
That's right. That's exactly what happened there. Trying to elude the blockers.
Ooh. And Araneta with too much sauce on that one, a little too strong, sailing out. 10-5 tie again.
Well, it's still a... Let's look at this rotation. Okay. So La Victoria's in front.
Got Espiritu. Malakas. Exchange of service mistakes.
Again, we always say that's one thing you don't want to see. You're down by 5, now 6. And then, I mean, then you're the ones committing the service errors.
Parang ano, you're giving it away also. Eh.
Yeah.
reverse set. Pool A. And out of reach.
Well, right now we feel like Cignal's giving a volleyball tutorial to Balipure. But again, no, when we talk about Balipure, look at that. Just a great read. It's up to these girls, really, what you want to happen here in this match. I mean, given that you're playing against a really tough team, but what do you want to happen? You know, that's one thing they have to ask themselves.
Like in that case, mukhang alam mo kung saan pupunta eh, but they were a step late. They now are behind 13-5. Let's bring our cameras in.
Eh, nagmamadali tayo. Okay? Yung pagmamadali natin, lalo tayo nagkaka-error. Alam mo bakit? Hindi natin kailangan magmadali. Kasi wala naman 2 points, 3 points sa volleyball eh. 1 point lang yan. Kahit gano'ng kabagal gawin natin, basta mapapatay natin, 1 point yan. Kahit gano'ng kalakas na palo, 1 point pa rin yan. Ha? Tsagayin natin. Hindi tayo pwede magmadali. Tsagayin natin.
Kasi lamang na lamang sila, hindi tayo nakakapasok sa timeout ni Shaq de los Santos, which is always so enjoyable to listen to in all its cryptic beauty.
Yeah.
Oh, sige, palo lang. Sige. Because his team is dominant in this game.
I like what Coach Abel said, really. A point is a point. It can be a strong spike, it can be whatever. A point is a point.
Referee Parillo says, my mistake. It's outside. It's a point for Balipure.
Look at that.
It is outside.
Yeah. And the referee can actually overrule that.
Yeah, okay. So ano tinitingnan doon, Miss Commissioner? Yung shadow of the ball o ano bang?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's when the ball lands, you know, the tape. If it clips a bit of the tape, it's already good. But if not, then it's considered out. But for the first referee, you're right. I think it's the shadow of the ball.
So can I ask you this? I've been longing to ask you this when we return to work. Did becoming a commissioner in the collegiate league... no. My question is, did it add to your knowledge of the game? Did you have to review many of the rules? Mas marami kang natutunan doon sa stint na yun?
It's like a refresher's course.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of terms in terms of the rules. Now, the rules, not really much changes from what we're covering and what we're seeing. But a lot of the terms, like especially the international, the FIVB accepted terms, like you don't want to hear open anymore. You want to hear outside, you know, opposite wing hitters.
Okay.
You know, these
So
are the things.
The terminology.
Yeah, terminology. They're more particular, but for us, of course, we're more forgiving here in the Philippines because this is what we're so used to, and the fans actually appreciate it.
Okay. I've always longed to ask you that. In the meantime, there's a whistle. Is it double? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, we always say it's double. What's the official term for that? Pass, there's something here, no? It's at the
Sometimes we forget.
Yes.
Double hit?
Double hit, no?
Right?
It's something like that.
Yeah. I mean, we try to remember
but
these
because when we were playing, it's all, double. Diba? Na naglalaro tayo, double.
Lifting. Ganun lang, lifting, double.
Actually, mas panahon yung lifting.
But as much as, I mean, I like what you asked me, as much as we want to remember, sometimes we forget, but through the years, be patient with us.
It's a conversation lang naman. Gaya ng, di ba? Rotation error. Na naglalaro tayo. Rotation. Di ba? Rotation lang. Mali yan.
It's actually rotational and positional fault.
Positional. Sorry. Positional fault.
Positional and rotational fault.
Yan, good yan. Nung araw hindi pwede yan. Pag tumama yan. Check ball. Picard touching it last at 16-9. We'll take a second timeout. This is the second technical ceasefire. We can do that. Uy, may fans tayo dito. Sulit saya ang inyong panonood kasama ang Sulit TV, entertainment, sports, news, and information. Andito lahat. Mapapanood ang TV5, One Sports, One PH at lahat ng free-to-air channels. Siksik na, digital at malinaw pa sa halagang 780 pesos lamang. Tumawag lang sa 8888-5555 o maaari rin pumunta sa mga piling authorized stores nationwide. Mabibili rin sa Shopee at Lazada. Bisitahin na Sulit TV Facebook page para sa iba pang mga detalye. O ano pa yung natin yung pinita ng Sulit TV powered by TV5. We made a quick review during the time.
What was your question?
Yung double contact.
Yun ang tamang answer.
Doon sa
lifting.
Doon sa hindi lifting, di ba? Tapos positional error, tapos 4 hits.
4 hits. 4 hits.
Na hindi 4 times. Sorry ho, galing ho kami sa 870s. Ikaw, 80s ka ba? Yeah, okay.
90s.
Okay, sorry.
But I feel old na saying 90s. That's a funny part.
Okay. Tatanong lang po.
Abuta ko pa side out eh.
Naman. Kami ni Coach Matuela, yun ang era namin na side out. 17-10. Boy, Cignal just stroll in the park here. Although they give away a point.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to a lot of fans about the changes in teams. You know, the rebuilding Cignal had, PLDT had, even Balipure, a lot of teams with the rebuilding. And arguably, I think Cignal got the better only because I think Coach Shaq did a great job in, you know, trying to mold them together. They're playing as one. They seem like they're a very comfortable team.
He seems to have made good choices in the different positions.
Right.
Actually. We have to be fair also. Some of these teams had very limited training time. Because suddenly, bigla, game na tayo. We weren't sure if we were going Paco or another provincial bubble as Araneta knocks in the gift.
I was actually watching one of the bubble invasions, and I can't remember which team, but they started really training just end of Feb. So imagine it's like a 2-week super cramming kind of training. So, but you're still happy with the way these teams have been playing. Really.
They'll play. They'll get the competition as extended training. In the meantime, that is Flora striking hard. Cignal trying to get to the finish line quickly and make full use of its twice to beat advantage, and 2 touches twice. So if Balipure does not hang on here, I think they'll be brought down to the classification.
Right. So the loser of the 1s and the 4, like today, this match, and then Creamline, and which is the number 4 of Cherry Tigo, which is after this. The loser of those 1 and 4s will be relegated to the classification match with Army to determine who's 7, 8, and 9 in this tournament.
Correct.
Attacking error, lahat na binigay na natin sa kabila. Pumuputos pa sila sa atin. O ano ba puputos natin sa kanila? Binigay na natin lahat.
Laban! Laban!
And as always, whether it's out of frustration or out of joy, what ends a timeout in Philippine volleyball is tara-tara-tara. Hey, man.
Not only Philippines, you know that I heard?
Where?
I think it's Indonesia also.
Posible.
May tara ako narinig eh.
Posible. Sa coming SEA Games this May, we will zoom in on that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Bicard dumps it over. Easily handled by Malabanan. Bicard, the reverse to Kasugod. Kayuna, right there. Out.
Too much juice there.
Boy, Cignal exerting just enough effort to get rid of Balipure in this twice to beat advantage. They are moving into the next stage, which is the semifinals. Layug is there for the first time. That's Maristela Layug wearing number 5 for Cignal.
Yeah, getting her first point of the match.
And some more subs gets a playing time. Number 19, that's Estranero, Ariel, or Ariel.
Ariel.
Siguro Ariel kasi ano nito.
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid generation ito. I wanna be where the people are. So this one goes out.
You know, it's how fitting you're saying that line because the people are here now.
Yeah.
In the venue, we've got fans for those who just joined us.
Balik na po ang mga kasama nating nag-i-enjoy na Philippine volleyball. And this will rock later on in the second game, really.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
That is inside.
Oh.
Even that is not working.
Yeah. No, I mean, Cignal really doing it in all aspects of the game. Yeah, hits the line really.
Cignal just needing less than an hour and a half to do the job here.
And look at the Cignal lineup. It's a totally different Cignal.
Oh, and a tall one at that. In the meantime, you know, you're so correct. They could actually field 2 top-rate teams with the way their lineup is composed this time around.
Yeah. No, and I like what Coach Shaq's doing, letting the second, you know, the bench players play because there are fans. They're letting the bench players get the feel of playing again, playing once more in front of fans to get it over with.
Saka para, get them ready always, hindi lang yung pang bugbog ng starting 6. Di ba yan ang trabaho ng bench players eh.
Yeah.
Sa practice bukas, bubugbugin yung starting 6 eh.
Agree.
We are at match point. And we're done.
Oh, she wrote.
And Claudine Troncoso has something to remember from today's game.
And everyone else, really.
Parang sinasabi niya, minsan lang ako i-score, huwag niyo ako sa bunutan.
No, but really team effort for Cignal today.
Look at the leading the star players enjoy the moment for the rest of the team. Ganun talaga ang team.
Yeah, you can feel really the sense of family in this squad.
And that's the final count. Dominant performance by Cignal, remaining undefeated in the PVL tournament so far. We'll be right back with our best player and some more things. Okay, yan po. Talk of a dominant performance by Cignal HD, remaining undefeated in the tournament. And one of the anchors, of course, is our choice as best player here today.
Yep, you know, we just got to mention everybody played well, but who got the ball rolling really was Cess Molina. I mean, we have to mention everyone played well, but Cess Molina just started it off and nobody looked back.
Para siyang halo-halo specialist. Diba? Palong malakas, palong maiksi, and Alexis Tinsay is with our best player.
Here with me is Cess Molina of the Cignal HD Spikers with 12 amazing points. Cess, you sweep the first game of the quarterfinals. Nakikita sa laro nyo kung gaano kayo kakomportable. Anong sekreto ng Cignal HD Spikers to dominate all your games in the past days?
I think ang naging key namin talaga sa team na to is yung trust namin sa isa't isa, sa process and sa gusto ng coaches na mangyari. And yung goal namin, yun talaga yung naging key namin, yung trust sa bawat isa.
Nakikita talaga sa court yung tiwala ng players, no? And secondly, you told me earlier, back before the game, your goal is to rise above this and make it to the semifinals. How confident are you na makakaabot kayo doon?
Dahil nga sa trust namin sa bawat isa and sa buong team and the whole management, talagang very confident yung team namin na maabot namin yung goal namin into the semifinals.
Yes, and last but not the least, yung message mo sa fans nyo.
Gusto ko mag-thank you sa lahat ng Cignal HD fans. Maraming salamat sa suporta, sa hello po sa inyong lahat.
Congratulations, Cess, and to the rest of the HD Spikers. Let's turn over to the panel to conclude the first game of the quarterfinals.
Congratulations, Cignal HD. You are indeed in the semifinals using the twice-to-beat advantage to the hill. The third set, coasting na sila rito eh. Cruise control na ito eh.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Cignal is a team on a mission and they have their sights set on the finals, but they will still have to wait for their opponent in the semifinals where they will face a best-of-3 affair. But yeah, for me, they're at a level right now where they're very comfortable with each other. Talking about Cignal, everybody they know their roles, and they're performing to task. So it was a fairly easy match. But again, we have to mention for Balipure, you take the positives from this loss, from this tournament, you still have classification matches. You want to end up actually 7, not 9. So you still have matches to look forward to.
And ahead of them, of course, is the winner of the Petrogas F2 battle. And those are teams that gusto makabawi. Yung Petrogas natalo sa Creamline. That was a thriller we had at Paco. Hindi pwedeng magkumpiyansa itong Cignal because the division will kick up their game dito sa next round. And you're right about Balipure. The competition will do well for them. We salute them for trying very hard. Wala namang question yun eh. But they have to kick up their game to a certain level also.
Yeah, we also have to mention because they didn't have much time to train with each other. They just have to look forward to the future conferences. But stay positive and, have goals in mind.
Okay, that'll do it for Noringo and yours truly, Seth Sarmenta. It's a pleasure, again, reuniting with my dear friend, the Commissioner.
Pleasure all mine.
Thank you very much. And Creamline against Jerry Tigok comes up around 6 o'clock this evening. Don't go too far away. We'll be back with you by then.